Most people are fearful of having a midlife crisis, but actually they're fabulous. Given we'll all have one, we might as well embrace it. My life is one big midlife crisis and I'm trying to keep it going for as long as possible. Lots of people say, "You've changed." I haven't. When I was children's secretary, I'd go to a school and do messy play before talking to parents about tax credits. Essentially, I've just carried on doing messy play. Politicians need to show their human side, admitting when they don't know the answer, or they've got something wrong. They think they have to be superhuman, but people appreciate them admitting vulnerability. After doing Strictly, I decided, in for a penny, in for a pound. But I wasn't expecting to have to wrestle in a leotard. The wrestler said to me, "Are you going to shave?" I said, "I shaved this morning." And he said, "Not your face." I've never been someone who's worried about my bikini line, but that was a step too far. So I decided some boxer shorts were needed. I often pinch myself and think, how did I end up here? I went to Auschwitz on Monday as part of the Holocaust Foundation, then to the German training camp for Norwich City Football Club, and now I'm here talking to you about wrestling. I was even asked if I'd like to play the ukulele with Frank Skinner and Harry Hill for the Queen's 92nd birthday. 10 years ago I'd never have been asked, 3 years ago I'd have said no, now I'm like, what a ridiculous thing to do. Okay, I'll do it. Prince Charles asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have no idea, sir, but it's fun. I have this perception that I look the same as I did when I was 25. Then reality smacks me in the face. I lost weight on Strictly and I thought I'd kept it off, but when I watched my new series Travels in Trumpland I thought, I don't know who this guy is, but he needs to lose weight. I was more curvaceous than I thought, so I went on a diet. The reality of getting older is you understand the helplessness of a parent in a difficult situation. When we went to film in Parkland, Florida, 10 days after the school shooting, I didn't expect to cry on camera. That took me by surprise. I even cry at the sound of music. Gets me every time. When you're younger, things are always in the future and you forget to enjoy the here and now. I never thought people like me became politicians. I want my children, Joe, 19, Ellie, 17, and Maddie, 13, to think if they want to do something, they can go right ahead and do it. If I had to choose between showbiz or being in the cabinet, I'd choose the cabinet. It's the biggest privilege of my life, and I'd love to do it again because it's so purposeful. But if I can't be in the cabinet, well, this is brilliant. Don't put off having a good life until you've grown up, or life will pass you by. Now I want to do things that are purposeful, but I want to enjoy every day. I have a lot more control over my life. Knocks can be a good thing, you can come back stronger. I don't want to be naive, and often people get hit by something really tough, but there are times in life where you have to find the positive. In the end, I'm an optimist. Individualism can be very destructive. The Blair-Brown partnership gave a lot of good things to Britain: minimum wage, civil partnerships, big investment in the NHS. I'm proud of that. But the people around them, like me, could have done more to hold it together. I regret that. On Strictly, I was very serious to begin with. I thought, are they going to laugh at me? Then I realized that actually they were laughing with me. I'm quite happy to have a go. If things don't quite come off, I can laugh about them. Every Sunday after Strictly I'd think, what have I done? I'd ask my wife Yvette, Cooper, was it okay? Then I'd think, whatever. It's a tough time in the world. If I can make people smile, that can only be a good thing. This was the first time showbiz and politics collided in my life. Dolly Parton runs a literacy program for kids, and when I was in the cabinet she asked for a meeting with me and Rotherham Council, who were the first in the UK to launch Dolly's program, to ask for funding. Dolly was next to me, the same Dolly Parton who had sung Jolene when I was a child, and she sat quite close and put her hand on my leg and said, "I'm really sorry to hit on you." I replied, "You can hit on me anytime you like, Dolly," but obviously she meant in the American sense, to ask for money. We had a long chat about being on tour and her fabulous tour bus, and I remember thinking, this is interesting, but it has nothing to do with my life. Then a few years later there I was traveling around the country on the Strictly tour bus playing to 50,000 people at the 02. I asked her for a photo, and 3 weeks later this arrived in the post, signed and framed for my birthday.